I uh I know when posting things and when it's our own, it could be anything you want, even if it's, I don't know, how would I say this? I always have the intention of putting out positive vibes and stamina, because that's certainly something I would want. Or let's put it this way, I speak to my audience as though I would want to be spoken to, or I speak to a person who's, having the greatest issue of all, or so, of the day, or the biggest of their life, is definitely the way to be spoken to is how you would want to be spoken to, or how I would want to be spoken to. I think today will be about, I bit thrown off on some things today, and actually it's really has nothing to do with what I'm about to talk about, but I'm feeling a little better. But I just it, you know little discussion happened earlier. It had nothing to do with me. It had to do with somebody that wasn't putting things in the correct bin, like compost, recycle, and trash. And they kind of got, I don't want to say yelled at, they just, someone was frustrated at them for doing it. But that's okay. But it wasn't me that they were frustrated at, because I always put the stuff, always put the things in the right, bins, right? And but I think in fact, it'll probably be me and somebody else that will probably be in charge of putting things in the right bin for now. Anyway, so no, I wasn't yelled at. It wasn't me that they were upset about, and of course, I mean, um, and if it was me, yeah, they would have every reason to. I wouldn't blame them, but at the same time, I'd rip them a new asshole. So, sorry again. This isn't at anybody. This is just thoughts, emotions. Somehow I'm processing, and trying to put it in ways where it could be as harmless and painless, as possible. Um, um, since I guess you could say I have had a lot of practice that, I could simply put my moods, or how I'm really feeling, aside. And I know I don't have to do that here necessarily, right? Again, this is my blog. Um, I certainly I wanted to talk about how, maybe putting always instead of never, because, even when you're talking about a really negative situation, even if it is, there's been very good therapists out there that said, oh, okay, well, thanks for sharing that. It's great that you share this with us or me, and this is how and then they will say, I think this is how you can maybe manage it better, kind of thing. And it's great. And but first off, they make you feel like it's normal to feel this way. It's okay to feel every emotion in every way. It's okay. And this is how maybe for homework, or maybe not, yeah, maybe as a training, maybe practice this may help you feel better, and if it doesn't, we'll try something else, etc. And so yeah, if anything, therapists or group therapy or classes, want you to share things like that. Otherwise, why have the class at all? Yeah. So the things I want to say, what you always what to say or what not to say to autistic adults. Always be respectful of their problems. If for some reason they're bringing the behavior to a job or to a social hangout that people aren't going to expect it or don't really want to welcome it, and maybe best to have the talk with them beforehand, like, look, we're going to have these discussions that may have nothing, I guess you get what I mean. Or, autistic adults, most of us do, have had our share and experience at gatherings of sorts or with a community where, some of us, it took a while to realize where we belong or where we can just easily emphasize and talk. So, I'd say by now, I would know by now, like, if I had any issues of sorts, and if I go to a party or some kind of social gathering that where it really doesn't belong there, then I certainly would not show up to that gathering. I wouldn't want to put it on anyone else. So, sure, it is, I do my part to, not want to bring anything like that, make it a burden. And that's the last thing. Here's the thing, I always make sure no autistic adult feels like a burden somehow. And there's the never part. I might be back and forth at the always. I want to always stay positive and try and give out kind and comforting, even tough. Well, I only give out tough love if it was asked for, but and another reason why I would give out tough love, it's someone really absolutely is not respecting the idea and will still harass you and disrespect your group. Then that's when I would give tough, well, I wouldn't even call it tough love, I would give them a tough conversation, kind of thing. The one thing I like to say never to is never. I mean, I think it goes for all adults. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to be an adult. Again, it depends on circumstance and whatever events that are happening where, what kind of events can match my behaviors, etc. or so. But otherwise, never tell an autistic person, never tell them you're an adult, so act like it. Never say that. Never. I mean it. These are one of those moments that, yeah, sometimes I'd rather spend more of my time, achieving and focusing on goals that I want to accomplish and achieve, rather than just to hold myself back and delay and dread things that that are really no longer an issue or don't have to be an issue. But in a way, maybe this is achieving a goal, just getting it out there. Just I would say try and start a statement with, always be mindful, say, sure, I can go the other way and say, never say those things. That's so wrong, and it's okay to say that. It's okay to think that too. I mean, you got to get it out somehow. So yeah, I think today's just about like always versus never or something, or when would be the appropriate time to say one of any of those statements. So, but I guess anyways, much love and respect out to everybody. If you're feeling the same as I am right now, I mean, I'm with you on that. I mean our problems may differentiate, they may be the same, who knows. Just I hope you feel better too. And if needed, feel free to share under the comments. Just be yourself, um, and see you on the next video.